This video is going to walk you through how to add products to your Wix store, the different things you need to look for, and giving you some different options on how to set up the products and features that Wix offers in the store platform. So to get started, when you log in and head to your dashboard area, you'll have your familiar menu on the left-hand side, and you will see sales, catalog, apps, a multitude of other things. We're going to navigate to catalog and store products. At this point, you should have the store feature already included in your website so that this shows up. If you do not have Wix stores added to your website, you likely may not see this, and that is why. By default, it's going to place some placeholder products in here. We're going to go ahead and select all of those and delete. And now we're going to be ready to go ahead and add our first product. So in the upper right corner, you will click the blue button, New Product. Choose whether or not it is a physical product or a digital file. This video is going to cover adding a physical product. So this is your adding product page. This is where you're going to have full control over what you show, what you don't show, what you tell your site visitor and your potential customers, and also setting up some things on the back end for yourself. So the title of this product is Ultra Gentle Gel Cleanser. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and add images. And I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder called Store Products. That way I can keep it organized. And I'm going to go and grab my image and drag it over. Actually, it's the wrong one. Into the gallery area, and it will begin to upload. Then you'll see it added, so that's perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and click Add to Page, and you'll see that populated there. You can add other images if you have multiple angles or need to showcase different things. You can also upload videos if the product that you're adding would benefit from a video. You can upload that in the same area. And then if you have multiple images, I'll go ahead and show you here. Let me go ahead and show an example. So if you did have two photos that you wanted to add, you can add it. And the nice thing is you can just drag and change the order so that you're showing the order in your preferred structure. So you can pick which one is sort of the main image and then additional images after that. As you go down, you'll see an area for the name of the product, which is replicated in what we titled at the top. And then you'll have a ribbon area. This is something that will show up on the listing in the upper right corner typically. New arrival, discounted, spring sale, something that you want to draw their attention to, just a particular product for a particular reason. You can input that there. Description. This is where you're going to put all of the information regarding the product itself. So let me go ahead and grab the description here. I have it on my other screen. I paste it in, fix this formatting. Okay, so now I have this formatted the way that I would like, having the description followed by the instructions, and that's looking good. So as I go down further, I'm going to be able to input the pricing for the product. You can determine whether or not it is on sale, add a discount based on a percentage or a flat dollar amount. We're not going to do that today. You can also have some additional features here, price per unit if that's something that's valuable to you. For a standard product, typically not something we need to worry about. If you're going to be keeping track of sort of your profit margins and want to have that data here, this is where you can input the actual cost on your end versus the profit and the margin. Custom text, if you're selling an item that you need to ask a question of your customer, this is where you can do that. Again, not in the case of this particular product, but if you were selling something like a customized t-shirt and they could put something on it, their name, you could say like, what name do you want on this item, and you can make that mandatory so they could fill it out. Product options. So for example, if this particular gel cleanser came in a small size and a large size, this is where we can input the variables and the different types of options that are available. So we can click add options, size or weight. You can add the different choices by, whatever measuring system you want, small, medium, large. You can also do it by color and type in the different colors using a comma to separate each choice so it itemizes it correctly. You can track inventory here. So if you know that you only have a certain number, you can input that number here. You can add your SKU number, shipping weight. If you plan to ship items based on weight, there will be some other shipping options for you to choose from in a different area, but that's kind of the inventory and shipping section where you can manipulate it per product. Pre-order, this is a newer feature. If you wanted someone to be able to pre-order a product before you have it, before you order it, so that you have money set aside to order those items, you can do that, and it's going to give you several other options as well. On the right-hand side, we have a few items. We have create coupon, promote this product, edit SEO settings. Coupon is nice if you want to offer a coupon just for a particular item. It's going to pop open a window and be able to walk you through all of that information. You'll also see edit SEO settings. That is good to do as well. You want to make sure that you're going through all of this. This site is not yet connected to a domain, so it's not going to be indexed quite yet, but you can go through this once your site is connected and add your alt text to your images, and it kind of walks you through that if you haven't already done so. If you are a Swell Design client, all of this should be taken care of for you upon launch for the products that we add. If you have questions about doing it for the other products that you might add post-launch, you can always reach out and I'll be happy to help you with that. Okay, so you'll have insights over specific products once you have that data, and basically we'll click save, and then we have our first product. Now, the nice thing about Wix is if you're selling products that are relatively similar in terms of all of those settings that we just set up, instead of starting from scratch for your next product, we can go ahead and just duplicate the previous product. We will change the title. Change out our image. And update our description and our pricing. Okay, so then you can see we've updated the price, we've updated the description, and everything else is the same as what we had already set it before, which in this case wasn't really editing too much of anything. But if we had done some other items, some other customizations, settings, things like that, that would be reflected here. So that's really nice if you have two products and you've done a lot of setting up the settings the way that you'd like, you can simply duplicate that. So we'll go ahead and click save and exit out, and you can see you have the two products. If you have a product that maybe you're not going to announce until a certain date upcoming, but you want to go ahead and do the work ahead of time so you don't have to sit and do this work the moment that you want it to be on the website, you can add that product at any time and simply hide from the online store using this eye toggle, so off and on, which is really nice as well. A lot of this can be added directly from the Wix app on your phone as well. You can even add products natively from your phone to your online shop, which is very, very convenient because a lot of people are taking these photos on their phone. So it's kind of nice to just quickly do it all in one place without having to get all the way in here. So this is an overview of how to add products to your store. Once the products are added, if you have the store correctly set up, it will automatically show in your shop what you have added. You do not have to go into the editor to do anything in order for that to show up. You'll see that you have it here. You can add to cart on the right side. All of the functions and features should work as long as the shop is implemented. The only thing you'll have to make sure and do before publishing your site for public view, for public action, is you will want to ensure that you do add your payment method. To add your payment method, you can navigate to settings on your left-hand menu in your dashboard and go to accept payments. The first screen will look like this: accept payments. And here's where you're going to see some options. These are the standard options. If you want to do something more custom, you can click here. You'll see some additional things like Square and Klarna, Cash App, things like that. But more often than not, you'll just want to stick with the standard, and most people tend to just opt for this. You'll click connect. It will walk you through verifying your bank account. You will likely have to upload a photo of your driver's license, do that verification process, and then you will receive an email once your site can successfully accept payment. So that's an important step as well. Lastly, if you are going to ship items, that is something that you will need to decide and make some decisions on as well, and can also be accessed via settings, shipping, delivery, and fulfillment. In shipping and delivery, you can decide if you're going to do domestic and international, or one or the other, or you can deactivate region if you're not going to ship internationally. Within here, you can make some choices about how your products will be filled. You can choose, you can set shipping rates for all destinations in the region. You can offer local delivery, pickup, or you can have it calculated automatically by USPS. The only thing with this is you will have to, again, make some choices as to what options you want to offer. What size envelope will fit all or most of your products. And you'll have to input some of this back-end information as well. However, if you're going to do it calculated by USPS, it is important to actually input the weights of each of your products in that product listing, where we saw that section where we can input the weight of the product. So that is something you'll have to kind of choose on what you want to do. If you choose shipping, here you can choose the way you want to calculate your shipping. Free shipping, if you just want to input the tentative shipping cost into the cost of the product, you can adjust your product pricing in that way and just have free shipping. Flat rate, you can apply the same rate to, you can have the flat rate and apply the same rate to a customer's entire order. And with that, you will be able to title that type of shipping, input the information about delivery time if you want, and offer free shipping if they purchase a certain amount. So there's a lot of different things in here: rate by weight, by price. So if they only buy $10 of something, do you want a flat rate, only charge them $2 for shipping? If they buy $100 worth of stuff, do you want to charge them $15? You can do it that way. Lots of different options, and you kind of just have to figure out, based on how your products sell or plan to sell, what is going to make the most sense for you to where you're not losing money in the shipping aspect. So those are the main things to keep in mind: basically how to add the products, how to set up your payment method, and deciding your shipping, delivery, and fulfillment methods. If you are a Swell Design client and have any questions about this, please feel free to send an email at hello@swelldesign.co, and I will be happy to help. Thank you so much.